What's up, crew? Welcome back to the channel, and I've got a question right off the bat today, so be sure to leave those answers down in the comments below. And my question is, when we're talking about 22 long rifle bulk ammunition, what is the most accurate brand or flavor that you have found? Now that that's out of the way, we can enjoy this beautiful day out on the range. Speaking of being out on the range, we have a little bit of wind today, so hopefully the wind noise will not be that bad. And as always, we have to deal with the bugs and the birds and the loud neighbors and the traffic. Remember too that my microphone does not always pick up the muzzle report of the firearm, so that's just something we have to deal with. Now today we're going to be taking a look specifically at the 500 round white box Winchester Xpert 22. And in the past, those that follow the channel regularly have heard me talk about white box Winchester ammunition, especially rimfire ammunition. Now, I've got a long history of issues with that ammunition, and it comes from my shooting sports background. No, it doesn't come from watching a YouTube video or hearing somebody on a forum. It comes from actual experience, and I've actually had experience with tens of thousands, at least tens of thousands of rounds of white boxed Winchester rimfire ammunition. And over the years, I found it to be inconsistent, unreliable, not very accurate. The list goes on and on and on. Just have not been happy with it. That said, recently I picked up a couple of bricks of this Winchester Xpert 22, and so far it seems to be doing pretty well in pretty much any firearm that I use it in. So today we're going to lay all the cards on the table, and we're going to do some actual accuracy testing with this ammunition. And to do that, I've broken out a couple of the most accurate firearms that I own. We'll start out with the Savage Mark II rifle here. As you can tell, we're talking about a bull barrel. We're talking about target sights. It's going to be a single shot bolt action. And this rifle has actually been used in precision related competition. Along the same lines, I've got my Browning Buckmark here. Now, right now it's set up in more of my speed steel configuration. I do still got the bull barrel, got the compensator on the end, got all the bells and whistles in this. I think though, for shooting targets at 50 foot, which is where we're going to do our testing today as far as distance, I still think it's going to get the job done. Now, in bullseye pistol configuration, what I would do was swap the shorter barrel out for a longer 7-inch bull barrel. But again, not going to go through that hassle today. I think this pistol is going to be more than sufficient to test the accuracy of the Winchester Xpert 22. Now, the target we're going to be using today is a multi-bullseye target from Outdoor Products Plus. You can see I've already got it marked, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be shooting 5 rounds each from the rifle and the pistol at 2 different bullseyes. So let me go down range, get this target posted, and we'll be ready to start. We're going to start out this testing with the pistol, with the Browning Buckmark. Before we get started though, got my eyes on already. Going to put my ears in because safety is important. So there's 5 rounds downrange on one of the bullseyes. Let me shift my point of aim here and we'll continue. So there is our 10 rounds with the Browning Buckmark, 2 5-round groups downrange. Now we're going to move on to our 5 rounds with the rifle. I've got 2 different batches here laid out. This is a single shot. See what happens. Now we're going to move on to our second bullseye. Put 5 rounds on it. If you like this video, go ahead and click that thumbs up. If you don't, that's all right. Click the thumbs down, because as long as you click something, you're going to make YouTube happy. Now let's go down range, check out those groups, and see how we did. All right, so now that we're down range, let's take a look at the target. Remember here, the shots from the pistol are on the left, the shots from the rifle are on the right. Now, let's talk about the pistol first. And while just a quick glance at this, you're gonna, you easily see that the rifle's far more accurate than the pistol. That's kind of a duh moment. Longer barrel, longer sight radius, better sights, more set up in that rifle for precision matches, so forth and so on. Not a surprise there. If we look at the actual groups from the pistol, though, you'll notice that other than being shifted slightly to the left, they would have all fell well within the target area had everything been zeroed and sighted in properly. Now, that pistol was not sighted in for this ammunition when I began. The other interesting thing to note when we're talking about the shots from the pistol, you're talking about a 50-foot, which is the distance, again, we were shooting from, bullseye pistol match. The target itself is, oh goodness, 3 or 4 times maybe larger than the target we're looking at here. So if all 5 shots land within the scoring area, again, with everything zeroed properly, of course, landed within the scoring area here, that group is more than sufficient to put points on the board in a precision bullseye pistol match. So moving to the right, talking about the rifle, you don't get a whole lot better than that. When you're talking about, again, a 50-foot precision match, typically the entire target is going to be about the size of the orange area that you see there. And you can see that in both cases with both groups, all 5 shots landed well within that scoring area. So overall, fairly pleased with what I'm seeing from this Winchester Xpert 22 ammunition. So what, if anything, have we learned today? Well, I've learned 2 things. And I say I've learned 2 things. I already do these things. I just kind of confirmed them. The first thing is that bulk package 22 ammunition can be accurate enough in the proper firearms to put points on a board in a match. And I also learned that sometimes you can't hate on a company or a product forever. In the case of Winchester, as I said earlier, I've got a long history with having issues with their bulk white box 22 long rifle ammunition. But this Xpert 22 with a 500 round bulk pack seems to do pretty darn well. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Until next time, don't forget to chain fire freedom.